Okay guys, what's up? This is my second video about this key system error message on my 2018 Infiniti Q50. I got the all-wheel drive 3.0 turbo. So if you guys have this message on your car, get your car to your mechanic ASAP and get your engine mount brackets checked, especially if you were hit like I was. Under my original video, I saw like at least three people said that the same exact thing happened to them. They got rear-ended and this message came up right after that. Right? Turns out my engine mount brackets, both of them, not the engine mount itself, the bracket connecting the mount to the engine block, both of them are broken. Probably both didn't break with the accident. Probably one broke, maybe it cracked or something, but you know, I'm driving around. They didn't find it in the shop when I went to get it repaired, even though I told them about the message. So maybe driving around with the engine loose, eventually the second one broke. But this is what happened. I'm driving and I hit the gas a little to speed up. I didn't even not like floor it or anything. And that horrible, frightening grinding sound that you get, metal to metal grinding. I thought my gearbox was gone or something. Alright, I got the car towed in my insurance. I got roadside assistance. When I got it to my mechanic, he saw that my front right passenger side drive shaft was broken or damaged, and immediately said, "Oh, your engine mounts are gone. Your engine mounts must gotta be gone." Because what happens is when the engine mounts are gone or they're really bad, the engine shakes excessively in the hood. Like it shakes, you know, it moves excessively. So when it shifts excessively, remember the engine and the transmission is all connected, it's all one piece. So when it shifts excessively, like the shaft shifts out of place, and then it breaks. It slips out and it breaks, basically. So he said, yeah, that's what happened. So anyways, he disengaged the shaft, right? He took it out, did something with it, with the joints, and disengaged it and put it back in. So I'm able to drive, but the shaft is spinning freely. It's like a three-wheel drive car right now, basically. But he said you can drive it, but drive really soft, drive easy. Don't accelerate hard. Don't try not to brake hard too, because the engine is just loose. You know, it's loose. It's shaking excessively. So I'm like, cool. I've been driving. This is like, now it's probably like a month now, maybe a few weeks. I've been driving around with it that way. So now I ordered the parts. I ordered the three mounts, the two engine mount, left side, right side. It's the same mount for either side. And a new transmission mount as well. It's the three mounts that hold the whole unit together. So I just ordered all three. I ordered a shaft from AutoZone because the OEM shaft is like $700 and change. That's the price I saw, right? But the Duralast shaft from AutoZone was only less than $200. So I was like, you know, why pay $700? I've used Duralast shaft before. I had a 04 TL before this, and the TL had this problem, this issue where the front suspension, like a bearing or something, would go bad and your wheel would just fall off on the road. I didn't know that, of course, until it happened to me. When it happened, then I heard, oh yeah, this is a common problem with I think it was the 4th generation TL. But of course, once the front wheel comes out, this front wheel drive, so the shaft comes out with it. So I had to get a new one, and I got a Duralast one, and it's in the car until now. This is like probably years ago. I think I have that video up on this channel. No, I don't think I have it up on this channel. But that worked pretty good, so I'm comfortable buying the Duralast shaft. But my mechanic said better I invest in the proper engine mounts, the OEM mounts, because that job is not easy. So if it goes bad within a couple of years, you got to do it again. So buy the good mounts, but you know, the shaft is fine. So when I got those and I took it into the car and he opened it up to change it, he discovered that the mounts were actually fine, which made sense because the car is only 3 years old. You know, engine mounts usually last for a long time. And so the engine mounts were fine, but the brackets were broken. He said both brackets on the car. He was only able to take pics of one, which I'm going to put in this video. I'm going to edit this video and I'm going to put some videos, some pictures in it. So he was able to see the other one, but he couldn't get a picture because of, you know, he couldn't really see it clearly. So how can the engine mount brackets break? It could have only been the accident. There's nothing else that can break it. If that can't break it, then nothing else can break it. Not hard driving, not, you know, I didn't have another accident or anything. So that's what happened when the car hit me, and that's what caused the error message to come up, but they just didn't find it. So now I called my insurance, and I'm supposed to take the car in tomorrow back to the same shop, and they're supposed to like inspect it and then I guess determine if it was caused by the accident. But it couldn't, nothing else could have caused that. So it had to be that. So hopefully I'm gonna update you guys. Hopefully, you know, everything works out, because I definitely shouldn't be paying for this, because this guy rear-ended me and he drove away. And that's another story too, because cops were right there on the scene when I hopped out my car to see what's happening. There was a cop car right there flashing his lights and everything. And then the cops decided to drive away, right? Leave the scene. And the guy, like, he sees the cops leaving and he decides to leave too. He started moving slowly. I'm thinking he's pulling over. Next thing you know, he's flying down the street. The cop make a U-turn. And I just got a message like 6 months later saying the case is unsolvable. So I guess they never caught him or anything. And now I'm left stuck with this shit. I had to pay a deductible. Hopefully, if they do decide to fix this, which I believe that they should, I hope I don't have to pay an additional deductible, because this is not my fault. Like, I shouldn't have to be paying for anything related to this. So that shit just pissed me off, basically. But yeah, so now the car, when I got it back initially, yeah, I didn't notice any kind of unusual noise or vibration. If I did notice, like, hear anything, I probably thought it's winter, because this happened in November. When they fixed the car was January, and this is the middle of winter, so vibration comes with winter, noises and all that stuff. Most of it was happening at idle, so it's like, yeah, I'm not thinking, you know, even though I got the error message, I'm not thinking anything serious is happening, because the car, although it couldn't start in park, it was starting in neutral, and it was, you know, starting normally, running normally, except for the noise and vibration. But that became a little bit excessive over time. I even have a video up which I did maybe a month or two ago, where I was wondering if my active noise control system in the car was malfunctioning and making a noise, because all the noises too was coming from like the right side of the car, like the right front side. That one that I put up sounded like it was coming from the speakers or something. So I actually have that video up. I think it'll be the one just before this one. So no noise was kind of like coming from the engine or the transmission here. So nothing really made me really think like anything serious was happening. I was thinking maybe it's the active noise control system. Maybe it's just the winter. It's hard idling in the winter. Maybe I need to change my plugs. Maybe I need to change one or two coils or something. You know, I'm thinking I'm gonna figure this out eventually. I'm not thinking anything really serious is happening. But in the meantime, the fault is still there. It's not coming off. Yeah, I can't start in like park. I always had to start in neutral. And if you see my original video, you will see I had a suspicion that like the transmission was shifted out of place or something, because the lever would come all the way past D, which I never noticed any time before the accident. But I noticed it afterwards at some point that the lever can come a little bit past D. So I'm thinking maybe it's coming down too much and it's not getting to go up enough to settle properly in park. And that's why the car wouldn't allow it to start, because it's not properly in park. Because, you know, if you're not in park, if you're like in gear, the car wouldn't allow it to start, because that would be a problem. If it does, the car would start and take off. So that's what I thought. I thought maybe there was some shifting, and now that I see that the bracket is broken, it makes total sense. So if you guys have this issue, get that looked at immediately. And if you have insurance to take care of the problem, like you had an accident, make sure whoever's looking at it check that, or get your own mechanic to check it and make sure they take care of that, because it's probably gonna affect you down the line, and then it might be harder to actually prove it. So I'm hoping I'm good with it. But yeah, this is my update. You guys get that looked at. If you do have that problem, you know, come back, share it in the comments, share any information you have that can be useful. Also share the video, share the link in like the vlogs and stuff like that, the forums, the Infiniti forums, because this seems to be a common problem with this car. Because like I said, at least three people commented and said they were rear-ended and the same thing happened to them. So yeah, any questions y'all have, just shoot it in the comments, and I'll see how best I can answer. I think I try to cover everything, but